Hey everyone, it's your favorite conspiracy theorist, Atticus X84. I wanna talk about something real quick in this video about conspiracy theories. I'm going with an anonymous look here. Who am I? Oh, am I a member of Antifa? I don't know. Maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe it's a conspiracy that I'm part of Antifa now. You can't even tell if I'm smiling or not now. Oh, maybe it's a conspiracy that I'm laughing underneath this mask. No, for real though. Music brought to you by Avenged Sevenfold. I'm gonna end up getting copyrighted on some of these videos. Good thing I'm not monetized. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about conspiracy theories and people throwing that around like it's people throw around the word racist these days. A conspiracy theory. Let's get this straight. In order to be a conspiracy theory, somebody has to theorize something. Somebody comes up with a theory, which is an idea, and then they would manifest it into like this idea that transpires into a theory of something. So, but based on no actual facts. It's just an idea. It's a thought. It's a thought converted into an idea, converted into a theory. Now, if you don't know the difference between those words, go look them up. Maybe you shouldn't be watching this video. So, a conspiracy theory is, but the first part, like I said, is you have to theorize something. Now, a conspiracy theory, now it's not just a theory. People come up with theories or ideas all the time, especially if you have a brain inside this head that you've been given. See this? See this head? There's a brain in there. And people should have thoughts. They should have their own thoughts that drive in there and formulate. You should be able to formulate your own thoughts about things. Now, the biggest thing these days is everybody gets spoon-fed. Here comes the airplane. Here comes the airplane. Zoom, zoom, open wide. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Bullshit from the TV. So you get spoon-fed this bullshit from the TV, and then everybody just eats that shit up. No pun intended. And they're just like, oh, num, 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 num. Yo, let me stare at the boob tube, stare at the idiot box, and fucking just believe everything that fucking CNN or NBC or MSNBC or CBS tells me, or Fox News. It's getting old, folks. It's what we call sheep. So, if you want to be a sheep, go out to pasture. Get your wool shaven every now and then, I guess. Whatever the fuck sheep do. I don't think they really have any other purpose besides to get their sheep shaven off, which I would say would be the government taking taxes from you. Every year when you get your wool coat shaven off, we're shaving your wool off. Yeah, that's the government. Yeah, let's take your taxes from you. Let's take taxes from you. Okay, so that's all good and that. But anyways, back. I digress. So a conspiracy theory is, like I said, a theory that somebody comes up with, and then probably gets out to people, and then everybody starts getting the same theory. But it has to be a theory based on a conspiracy. Conspiracy, a plot against others, or a plot against somebody or another body. Like I said, if you need help with all this vocabulary, you're probably watching this on a phone or a computer. You utilize the internet and look these words up. I'm not here to I'm not a college professor. I don't need to sit here and fucking explain all this simple bullshit to you. I learned this stuff when I was like 10. So if you don't know it, you live under a rock. Anyways, so like I said, I digress. Now, here's the difference between a conspiracy theory and a fact. Okay, so a conspiracy theory is something that is the theory or the idea that transpired into a theory based on a conspiracy that has no factual evidence to base it otherwise, to prove it right. Now, as soon as, say, a body of people, over on my right, we'll say, is 1/3 of the population. Let's take a control group of, like, I don't know, 1/3 of Americans. We'll just go with Americans on this. I doubt this video will reach anybody else. But 1/3 of Americans have an idea about something. Okay. And then there's another 2/3 over here on the left. And I'm not right and left like Democrat and Republican, none of that bullshit. Fuck political parties. Fuck the government. But you got 1/3 over here that have this idea about something, and they actually end up getting evidence, documentation about things, factual proof about something. Now, Epstein didn't kill himself. That's still technically a conspiracy theory. If you have half a brain in your head and you're not a fucking sheep, you should know better than to believe all that bullshit. But once again, I digress. So, when there is let's just I can't come up with a really good example right now, but just anything that you've ever heard of as a conspiracy theory. But the coronavirus, how about that? That's a good, perfect fucking example right now. Everyone's like, oh, well, yeah, from eating bat soup. Patient 0 didn't eat bat soup. They weren't even near that fucking wet market either. Oh, funny how the doctor just died 2 days ago, too. And he was actually not prosecuted, but attacked by the Chinese government and fucking taken in for questioning, etc., etc. And now he's dead. But and they're calling him a martyr because he kind of rang the alarm about the coronavirus. Because if you don't know by now, there is a biochemical weapons manufacturing facility there in Wuhan, China. In fact, there are actually 2 of them. This is factual evidence. Now, did the coronavirus outbreak come from that? We're still not sure. So this may still be, this call comes into the gray area of is it a conspiracy theory or not. But when patient 0 was not eating bats and was not at that market where, oh yeah, snakes and bats and blah, 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 but was in Wuhan, China, where there's a biochemical warfare manufacturing facility. And I actually did read and heard reports about them sending the coronavirus to it prior to this. And Bill Gates talking about preparing for an outbreak, some sort of pandemic back in October. There's video footage of this. There's video footage of Bill Gates and other U.S. military leaders talking about martial law and what would happen if a pandemic happens in the near future 3 months before this shit happens. Now, here's facts. This is when you start bringing facts into the picture. The difference between a conspiracy theory and not being a conspiracy theory is facts. So when 1/3 of the population has factual evidence and they've actually done the research and know something and are trying to tell the other 2/3, there that are still asleep, I'll call it, we'll say we're woke and sleeping, or not stupid and sheep. When 1/3 of the population knows something and they're saying, hey, everybody, this is what's going on, but then the other 2/3 don't know it, they're just like, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. You and your conspiracy theories. No. It's because you haven't taken the time to actually do the research. And most of this side over here, the 1/3, are trying to tell everybody else this information, but you don't want to be receptive to it. So when you don't want to be receptive to the information, that's called willfully ignorant. So we'll bring in conspiracy theory versus willful ignorance. How about that? Willful ignorance will cause everybody to call everybody else a conspiracy theorist. But when there's factual evidence and you have facts and documentation stating proof, it's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's fucking fact. Now it's people who have the knowledge of it and the people who don't have the knowledge of it. And then you can win some of those people over by spreading the knowledge. Those that don't want to get that knowledge are willfully ignorant and or sheep. They just say, oh, no, that's not right. That can't be true. And they don't want to listen. The TV told me this. Well, the TV can tell you a lot of shit because they're trying to fucking brainwash your ass. And they've done a good job of it. That's the difference between a conspiracy theory and not. Now, if somebody comes up with an idea and throws some shit out there and there's no fucking proof, it's a conspiracy theory. But once there's proof and you can start proving that shit and sharing evidence, it's not a fucking conspiracy theory anymore. It's fucking fact. It's a goddamn fact, and people need to fucking wake up to it and stop going, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist. You and your conspiracy theories. No, because it's not a fucking conspiracy theory anymore. It's fucking fact. Now you, on the other side there, need to wake up and be more receptive. Open up your mind. Let your brain do some thinking for once. Stop getting spoon-fed the bullshit from the TV and fucking actually think for yourself and know that the fucking TV's lying to you and it's not a conspiracy theory. You just need to learn. You need to get that knowledge. Everybody should have a thirst for knowledge. Not just go, do hum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. I'm just going through life all do. No. And that's how the government gets you too. Is because they just know that the majority of people are too fucking lazy to actually do any research. So when somebody's trying to fucking spread some knowledge to you, or when I'm sharing links to people on Facebook, it's for a fucking reason. Because I'm saying, here's the proof, here's what you need to know. And people are just like, oh, that's stupid. You're crazy. No, you're crazy for not fucking thinking or wanting to know, wanting to get knowledge. That's the difference between conspiracy theory and fact and willful ignorance right there, folks.